Maeve, great to see you. So
Good morning.
you're doing the dip a day. You've already started.
Yeah,
You were telling me you were down in Lahinch swimming in the sea. How was
I
that?
was I was down in White Strand near
Oh,
Milltown Mall
White
Bay, your
Strand,
neck of the
yeah.
woods. As my
Yeah,
dad would say, God's home country in Clare,
exactly.
County Clare.
Yeah, I keep saying Lahinch, but you're right. And what was it like? Was it cold?
Bitter out, yeah, very bitter, but it wasn't as choppy as Lahinch. We passed Lahinch and I said, no, girls, we're not hopping in there. Too dangerous. So we went out to White Strand, spent many summers growing up swimming down there with my family and my cousins down in Clare. So said to the girls, we must go out there. I was down there for the weekend with my friends. So they braved the cold plunge at me that day on last Saturday it was.
But
So
how did you feel getting out of the water?
it's brilliant. Like I just think there's so many benefits. I think a lot of us learned through even COVID and stuff when people were like go swimming and things like that, that the benefits of cold water, like what it can do for your overall health, not even like, your physical, your mental, like the natural endorphins that are released. And there's many studies and stuff that are shown, that cold water has same has impacts on your brain, like that can raise your serotonin levels for your mental health. So I just think it's even for the whole day after that, everyone that the girls, like when we hopped out of the sea, it was just we were just buzzing, and you often see people that after having gone in for a sea swim or whatever, they're usually buzzing.
I know. And you know the beauty of that, like for swimming, it's all ages, isn't it? Eh,
It's all ages, yeah. Like I even just not even the sea, but like when I do lane swimming down in my local pool in Rathmines, and I definitely think like swimming is something you can be doing for the rest of your life and throughout your life. Like last night, I was swimming alongside a guy in my master's training who is in his late 60s, who's doing the Liffey swim this year. And it's low resistance training, so I just think it's it's flexible for all ages,
Yeah.
like, and you don't have to be Michael Phelps, but just even I'd encourage people to go to their local pool and be around somewhere safe, like, and don't go too out of their depth, but you're around lifeguards that are trained, and just give it a go, because very slim chance you're going to injure yourself or anything like that. And it's a great way of keeping fit, and you'll feel better after it.
Yeah.
I just think it's probably a great alternative for people that don't necessarily like going to the gym. I'm not going against the gym bunnies,
Yeah.
but just,
No, but you're
I
right.
do think it is great. And it's one of the only sports that's anaerobic and aerobic at the same time. So you're using all parts of your body and your breathing and everything. It's just great for your mental and physical health.
No, it's actually Babs Keating's birthday today. Who he turned 80. He's the famous Tipperary hurler manager, and he still swims in the pool a mile every day. And I met him at a funeral a while ago, and he looks as fit as a fiddle.
Yeah, in Howth in Dublin, like near where I grew up, there was a man called Nicky McLaughlin, and he's like in his 80s now, and he was swimming. You can see people freaking out on the shoreline,
I
going, "I'm
know.
not hopping into that," and I'm going, "I'm only in my 20s, and if he's doing it, I'm gonna do it."
I know.
So it's great.
Yeah, so you're going to combine yours. You're going to do a bit of sea swimming, but also most of it will be in the pool, which is, a great option.
Yeah, I do most of mine in the pool, but like I do like my sea swims are more kind of a leisurely thing with my friends, around Dublin, like the 40 foot or the Vico or Dollymount, just more leisurely.
Yeah.
But mostly my swims would be in the pool. So I try, at the moment, I've been swimming about twice a day, once in the afternoon. So whenever I have my days off, I try to swim twice a day. My whole objective is trying to do 30 swims because I'll be traveling in May. So I'm trying to do 30 swims that would make up the month of May. Now I've pretty much nearly gone halfway beyond that, and it's only April, but that's my goal anyway.
And that's the idea. It's a dip a day in May, like swim every day. And can you tell us why you're doing it?
Yeah, so I put a post up on Instagram there. My mom's from Kerry, proud Kerry woman, and she grew up in a lovely place called Rathmore, and they were all like family down there. And she was really good friends. She grew up next door to the Crowleys, and John Chris Crowley was a great friend of my mom's, and I naturally became quite close with the Crowleys' children. Maureen was John's sister, and Maureen had a daughter called Karen. John Chris could never had children of his own, but Karen was like a daughter to him. She looked after him, and unfortunately, he passed away in January. And I guess I'm for John and to honor him. He was incredibly sound and kind. He'd hate to think now that he'd be getting some sort of attention from this, but I guess for Karen as well. And the Healys and the Crowleys they brought him to and from his hospital appointments in and out of the district in Killarney and Tralee, and didn't complain about it. They just, it was a privilege to look after him, and he battled on with MS and he got on with it. And I just guess he inspired me in a way that he got on with it, and I think if jumping into a bit of cold water is all it takes to raise a bit of money for a charity like MS, to raise vital funds, I don't think that's too much to ask,
Well,
And
it's lovely.
John, I'll tell you a bit about him, will I, Fergal?
Do, yeah, please.
Tell you a bit about kind of his journey. I'd written a little piece. I'll just tell you about it anyway. So John embarked on his journey with MS about 20 years ago, initially experiencing leg issues and numbness whilst he was living in Dublin. And he was guided by Ronan Walsh at the Hermitage. He confronted the challenges with remarkable resilience. Despite his health struggles, John immersed himself in Dublin's chess community, particularly advocating for the visually impaired. His advocacy took him from various destinations around Europe, from Barcelona to Liverpool. And throughout his journey, John encountered numerous setbacks, including severe knee injury 15 years ago that necessitated a full knee replacement. Undeterred, he relied on his trusty crutch for support, embodying resilience with every step. 2 years ago, a diagnosis of prostate cancer prompted a return to Kerry to be closer to his family and receive the necessary care. Even amidst adversity, John's unwavering faith and irrepressible sense of humour illuminated the darkest of days. For the Crowley and Healy family, his family that looked after him, caring for John was not a burden but a privilege. His zest for life, rooted in faith, love and laughter, infused every moment with warmth and joy. On the 30th of January, as I told you, surrounded by his family, he bid farewell to us. And multiple sclerosis, just to say, never stopped John in living the life that he had. It might have changed how he did it, but John lived a good life, rich in faith, love and fun. John's legacy is one of courage, compassion, and an unwavering commitment to living life to the fullest. I just said I'd read that to you because I had written it out for you for when you put it in the
Oh, it's
post.
beautiful. And you
I
put up a
just,
post kind of saying a
yeah,
little bit about him on Facebook, and it really caught the imagination, didn't it, of people?
it did. I think it is a testament to who he was and to people that battled through this illness. That he knew the end was near for him with this illness, this debilitating illness, but he still gave back to the charity. Like, he made countless donations to MS and various other charities. And I think that's just the epitome of someone who's just completely selfless. I think that's probably what eggs me on to do this a bit and encourages me to keep going with it, because I just think what a remarkable person.
Exactly. Well, listen, the very best of luck. I'll be following you, on your over the next month, your
Thank you.
swims
This
and I'm gonna.
arrived today, my new cap from MS.
Oh, brilliant. Excellent. So we'll
Thanks,
put up
Virgo.
a link as well on our YouTube channel. It'll be down below for your fundraiser. So the very best of luck with it.
Thank you. You're going to take a little dip yourself, Virgo. If you get into
Of
Milltown
course.
Mall thing
Yeah.
now,
Exactly.
you have to give me some proof. You have to dip in.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, yeah, maybe in Clare.
Oh, and Claire, not
Exactly.
in tip.
Yeah.